Today, we're going to be looking at Chronos Builder, the 3D map making software for your tabletop RPG to make battle maps for your live or virtual sessions, either or, y'all. I think a lot of people think this is just for virtual stuff. It's not. It's also for your live sessions as well. And they've come out with 3 major features in this release from the Wishing Well Kickstarter that happened earlier this year. So we're going to take a look at those. Now, if you're interested in Chronos Builder, finding out a little bit more about it, you can go down in the description below. I have a whole playlist of Chronos Builder videos that I have done. And by the way, yes, this video is sponsored by, come on, give it a guess, y'all. Chronos Builder. That's right. They give me all the bells and whistles, and all I have to do is make a video about it. What? Also, if you are interested in just going and grabbing it by looking at these videos, there's a link down in the description. Go right over to their Steam page and grab it. And you can also grab the Wishing Well expansion also. Now, if this is your first time coming to the channel, then I want to welcome you. My name's Servant Shiloh. This is RPG Elite. This is a place where I focus with laser precision on putting the RP back in the RPG. How I do that is by giving you tools like today, and tips and tutorials and real talk about the tabletop RPG space and culture. Let's get into this video today. And on the other side, I got the question of the vid. That's going to be it for me right now. So let's roll them. So the first thing I want to cover is the terrains features and the new ones that they've added. In order to do that, go down here to the little terrain button, click on that, and it'll pop up. This is supposed to be grasslands. It just doesn't look like grasslands. It looks, I don't know, like rough ground, maybe? I don't know. This here, it has 4 textures here down at the bottom, and you can just paint them on with the reticle here, which is really, really big, but I'll use that for right now. That looks more like a kind of like a desert grasslands, I guess, right there. And I went over these before. You can go ahead and look at that video. I'll link that down in the description. I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That. And we're going to go down over here where you have the different textures. Now we've got the desert as well. Yeah. Well, that looks like a desert. And these are just different textures. It doesn't really tell you what kind of terrain it is. So you got to kind of figure it out. I don't know, deep dirt right there. I'm guessing. Maybe a lighter sand right there. More kind of rocky area there. I don't know. Okay, well, different. That's for sure. That's the desert. Got an urban, so that's in in town and everything. Right there is, I don't know what that is. Oh, what is that? I'm not quite sure what that is. Again, you've got this that covers it up, which looks like it's more like what we've got here. It looks like that is what? Dirt? Like sandstone or something like that? I'm not sure. Not quite sure on that one. And what's this one? Looks like mud. All right. We go down to this. Now this is new. This is asteroid. This first one is what we have right here. The second one is kind of similar to the other one we had, except can you see the divots in there? It looks like they have like little divots right here. I like that. Let me go back and we go down here. Again, that's looking pretty similar to the other ones there. Go back. And the last one, which is kind of like a sandy thing, once again, looks like the same kind of texture. Not quite the same, but similar. All right. And then the last one, which is kind of the new one, is the tundra. And so here is the first one at the top here. That's what we got here. So we're not going to paint on really anything. Second one here. This one I like a lot. Yeah, I really like that one. Really do. I'm going to come back and repaint that, but let's see about this one. This look like thin thinner kind of ice. Look at that texture, man. I like that. I really do. Then it comes here, kind of like a snow and grass mix, kind of. Or if we want to just take down the strength a bit, get something light. Yeah, lighter a little bit maybe. Yeah, something like that. And that's the new Tundra. And I really like, but I'm going to go back to this one. I really like this one. I don't know why, I just do. So I'm just going to mess around a little bit here. Just like that. And I think I'll do this, you know, kind of over here. There we go. I'm going to do this probably more over here. We're going to keep that. One of the cool features, if you go down here to the nature paint, and it has some snowy trees now. So if you click on that, and this here, again, radical is huge. It defaults to really, really big. It's got a little bit of a glitch there because it's jumping back and forth. But you can paint on the snowy trees here, and I'll go ahead and do that here in the back. There we go. And it has some rocks and stuff there as well. I'll take that off. There we go. And we just put trees there. There we go. Let's pull back. All right. All righty. So I'm just going to keep it like that. But that is some of the things that you have. And you have some more nature here. You have just regular pine trees if you want to add those. And what you can do, as you saw me do at first, is, you know, you can combine these. You can put a snowy tree. Yeah, put some mushrooms. Put an iris. Well, I don't know about that. But I don't know about that either. Maybe put like something like that, and then kind of go like that, as you can see. I'm gonna go back. Hey, I kind of like that one. Let's go back and let's just redo it, just like that. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. All right, so that is how we're gonna keep it right now, and we're gonna move on to the next one, which is probably the biggest feature they've come out with in this release. This new feature is very convenient, especially if you like to make multiple levels for your buildings. But let's go ahead and see this new multi-level feature and how this works. So I am going to auto build this, just real simple. And I don't think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do this. And just put some tavern. We'll just put like a tavern. And we'll put tavern main. And we'll go from there. Let's do that just like that. And I am going to... I can't really see that because it's all white. And I could have changed that grid. But oh well, this is good enough. So what we're going to do is just going to create this room. All right, so we got this tavern in the middle of nowhere. Kind of, sort of. And there's the door. Right there. Now, if I wanted to add some things to this, move some things around, I could. You know, maybe move this table and move it over here or something. Add some chairs to that. You know, I can do all of that. But we're just going to keep it just like that. And now what I'm going to do is... I'm going to go over here, and they have this new icon right here called multi-level. You click on that. Now you have some options. This tells you what level you are on. This one here will allow you to duplicate your level. This one here, again, delete your level. Pretty self-explanatory when you've got the tooltips there. And this one will swap levels depending on which level you're at and where you want to swap. So we are just at level 0 because we only have one level. What if I wanted to have another level? Very simple. Just duplicate it. So if I wanted to have another level on this, I will duplicate this level, and look, we got 2 levels on top of one another. Now what I could do is I can go to my assets here. I can change some things around, probably my structures. My doors, probably walls actually is what I'm looking for. And what wall am I looking for? Is it this one? I think it's this one, right? Yeah, it's tavern wall. So since that's the second floor, it's not going to need a door, so I'll just replace that. All right. So I can do a few different things here. So what I could do is I could go and start deleting parts of the floor so we can have like a whole area. Just so you guys can take a look and see what this would look like. If you go in a little bit, you can see down there, right? Super cool. Super cool. And let's say this was an area you were going to maybe put some stairs and, you know, maybe a banister around here, around the whole thing. And so we just cut that out for that purpose, and you can see straight down there. But what if I wanted to say, okay, I don't want this to be exactly like it is down there, and I want to work on the first floor. So how am I going to get back down to the first floor? Very simple. Go here, and now since you have 2 floors, it will tell you you are on floor number 1. If you want to go to floor 0, which is the ground floor, you just click on that floor and you're back down here. Now you can't see the floors that are above, which you really wouldn't need to see anyway. But if I wanted to stay here and just kind of work on some things like, we can move that over here, move the chair over there as well, and do a little bit of rotating and push that in. And by the way, if you want to, you just hold the shift key so you can get some granular placement there. So it looks like, you know, not everything is going to be like straight like that, right? You're probably going to need to, you know, move the chairs, make it look like it's lived in, or, you know, people are actually here and things. And then say if I want to go ahead, I want to delete this, and that's a different kind of looking chair. Huh. Let me turn that around. What is that? What kind of chair is that? Inside of a tavern? I don't know. Let's get rid of that one. Okay. Now you can go on this floor and you could change it however you want to change it. Then when you wanted to go back up to the next floor, you can, and you can change that. You can still go in, you know, see what's down here on the first floor. And how you would export this would be, you go to your export file, and this is what you would see. Now, if you go to like a VTT like this is what you would have here. Now, I would take the grid off and put in my resolution, which would be the most. Say I was going to Foundry, bake the lights in and everything, and then I would export this. Now what would happen, it would export as a JSON. You would save that, and then you would just import that into your VTT of choice. Then the next thing you would have to do is to go back down here, go to floor number 1, and do the same thing. So you actually have 2 maps. But here's the great thing, and you can do more than just 2. Like if I wanted to add another floor, I can just go, okay, let's add one that looks similar to the second floor. Let's add this one, and let's duplicate that. So now I have 3 floors. There we go. Maybe you've got a staircase that keeps going up, up, and up. Why this is so important is because back in the day, what you'd have to do in order to work on a map that had multiple floors inside of the same program, you'd have to make separate maps, right? So you have the map, you would save it, then you'd save version 2, then you save version 3, and that would be, you know, floors 1, 2, and 3, and then you'd have to switch back and forth between them. Now you don't have to do that anymore. Now it is way faster, like way faster with multiple levels. And you can actually see how this will look once you overlay this in your virtual tabletop. You know exactly the dimensions, how they will look, and everything. This is fantastic. The multi-level is the big deal in this new release, and I really, really like this. So we are going to take a look at the new assets that come with the release. Now, this is if you got in on the Wishing Well Kickstarter, and it's actually Wishing Well beta right now. So if you did get in on that, then this whole release is kind of in beta, because there are some things that are kind of glitchy and they're still working out bugs, and they are still trying to make it to where it's more stable. But let's take a look at some of these assets. Now, down here below, you have the Norse assets. It doesn't say Norse, though. You have the mead hall over here. This should be capitalized. And you have the village. So the mead hall and the village are the new Norse assets. And the mead hall is mostly smaller stuff, right? You have, you got a barrel right here. So, and we can go like that. And you have another one there, and maybe another one here. And these are, now those are kind of big. But most of this is very small. The bench is, that's kind of medium, isn't it? Let's look at this empty crate. Yeah, there it is. And you can sit that on top of the bench, I guess. Let's go in a little bit and see what that looks like. Okay. There we go. All right, let's take a look at some other stuff. Let's do this cup. Yeah, I got a cup right there. All right. Oh, I put that on the ground. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Mead hall fireplace. Oh, let's see what that looks like. That looks kind of cool. Okay. All right, I like that. I like that. Let's see if we've got a table around here someplace. You got a table someplace? Yep, there's one right here. Meat hall table. That's kind of big. There we go. Okay. So what can we sit on the table? Meat hall sausages. Okay, well, of course. What is this one right here? Let's see what this one is. Oops, go back. Meat hall center. Whoa. Okay, that one's just a little big. So it's kind of like a raised portion in a meat hall. That makes sense. I like this one. You can put this chair right there, and basically you'd have to raise it. And let me see if I can raise this up. There we go. And we put that on there, and then we can take that and do a little bit of rotation. Turn it around a bit, just a little bit. There we go. That's kind of cool. And it's got some other things that you can kind of decorate on the walls, or see, that one is supposed to go on a wall someplace. There you go. A lot of shields here, wall shields to decorate with. Got some skewers here, probably going on, yep, on a table. So they have quite a few of these for, like, again, a meat hall. But they have even more, and these are the ones which I was excited about, kind of the ones for the exterior. Let's go to those. Now you're gonna find these here in the village assets, under village assets, and they've got like the watchtowers. There we go, rather large. I got another one here. Put that down. Put that right there. There we go. Village ship. Let me see this one. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, let's check it out, y'all. Oh, that is okay. That's dope. That's dope. That is cool. Come on, give him some love now. That one's dope. I like that one. I didn't know it was going to be so big. I'm glad it was. That's cool. What else do they have here? Platform stairs. Okay, so kind of put that in between there. Got that. Got a village stall. And put another one over here. And so you could kind of go through, I like this tent right here too. And until your heart is content, kind of mess with things here and see what they look like. I like this new one. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I do. I really like this ship. And they got 2 of them. Let's take a look at the other one just real quick. They have 2 of them. And this one just doesn't have a sail. That's the difference between the 2. This one has one, and this one does not. The sail is furled up there. Now, they've got about 120 new assets, and of course, they also have some structures for when you want to make your mead hall. So they have all the things for your mead hall down here as well. So those are the new features for the latest release. I think this is 2.0 or 2.0 point something in terms of Chronos Builder, and they just keep putting out the content. You got to give them some props, y'all. Yeah, I like those guys and what they're doing over at Mistwall Studios, which is the place where they create Chronos Builder. Now, I like what they're doing. I've already used a couple of maps that I created in Chronos Builder for my Numenera short mini adventures that I do on the side. I'm still working with my wife trying to do that. I mean, it goes a long time in between sessions because it just gets so busy. But Chronos Builder has been the one that I've been using to create my battle maps and some of my just encounter maps in general. Now, if you're into sci-fi and cyberpunk, this is where Chronos Builder excels. They excel at this. Yes, you can do medieval stuff because you just got done looking at some of the Norse stuff, right, that they're coming out with. But I really believe, now this is just me being biased, okay? But I believe they should double down on the cyberpunk and the sci-fi stuff, and even if they're doing some of the more medieval stuff, because hey, you know, the fantasy stuff is what, you know, a lot of people are playing and they trying to make some money. I get it, go ahead. But I just believe you should really double down. Every time you come out with an asset set, it should always be with some sci-fi and cyberpunk. But that is just me being biased because we don't do fantasy on this channel.
Shut the front door.
For shame! It's a sacrilege!
Bad baby, bad baby!
No, we don't do fantasy on this channel, and if you want to find out why, then go down in the description below. There's a link that will link you to the video that explains what it is that we do on this channel. Or you can just go to my About tab here on YouTube and just read what we cover here on RPG Elite, in the RPG Elite network overall. Hey, if you got any value out of this video, then go ahead and do a brother a solid. Let's see, what side do I want to do it on today? I think I want to do it on this side. And crush the like button! And also, if you want to stick around, sometimes I just don't even understand why I do the stuff that I do. It's just kind of like on a whim kind of deal. If you want to stick around, y'all, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. God willing, I come out with videos every Tuesday and Friday, sometimes a little bit in between. You know what I mean? Question of the vid for today is this: what is preventing you from going and getting your copy of Chronos Builder? What is preventing you from getting Chronos Builder right now? I want to know down in the comments below. I'm sure they want to know too, because, you know, video is sponsored by them. And so maybe they can kind of meet you halfway there. I don't know. I'm just asking. Let's get a little bit of engagement down there in the comments, know what I mean? And that's going to be it. That's me. That's got to go. Hey, a brother has got to do his snap. Go.
So exit, stage left.
Hey, if you got a game this week, then I pray it is an RPG Elite session. So until next time, y'all, a brother has got to say, whoa, peace, 5,000 leets. Yeah, I am outie.